And certainly something Project Endgame.
I don't know. There's no way to indicate. But,
for building detention.
anyway, hey, wait a second. Let's take a quick cross section of what maybe I got in my library. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit here and there. I've got all kinds of crap. Years and years. This is the remnants of what was once. It might have been once.
They were very focused on
it gotta be once something akin to the library in Alexandria, but it ain't. I mean, it's just this shit, you know, crap that I've collected over the years. And I'm getting back to the nightly nightmare, which is, of course, just me narrating on the one subject that I know best about. I better turn on the Zoom. Right, it doesn't say anything, it just records shit. I don't know how to coordinate it yet. But every time, okay, let's give it a clap. What day is it today? Why did you turn off? You're not supposed to turn off. You're supposed to continue recording, but as long as you possibly can. It seemed to me that... Are you listening to this? Oh, it's only the light that turned off. I hope so. Maybe I should keep that on. So anyway, what are we dealing with? Oh Christ, it's fucking 18. It's the hour is 1:18 on the 25th of April, and it is now officially Wednesday. And I gather I'm taking this, and this, once again, is your hope. Anyway, I was listening to the Dark Journalist here, and I was also listening to you, Julius. I don't know if that's your real name. I don't know what I don't know. What I do know though is that you're Danish, and I like that. I love the Danes. Hey, I'm Danish. I wasn't born here, but I'm fucking Danish. My family comes from probably within a radius of 5 kilometers from where I'm sitting now. Okay, make it 10, and you get the idea. You know? They used to call this place Vesterled. Not this place, but you get somehow the geographical. This is my cat. Demise. Anyway, I'm listening to the Dark Journalist, and I was listening to your last rant, and it was nice, you know. I mean to say, I like to listen to you. I've listened to you before. I've listened, you know. I mean, I loved your one about the building, you know, the double cross out there in Nohound, or where the ever the fuck, Suhound, you know. Oh goodness, yeah. Once they fuck over New York City, man. Copenhagen will be the new, but the thing is, you know, I'll be dead and so will you, you know? And yes, they are irradiating our skulls with microwave energy, and yes, we do live in an electric universe, and yes, cats get statically charged. Look at this, watch this, okay, watch it, come on, make it spark. Come on. It's not going to do it because we're all charged together. We have the same charge, but the thing is, I am creating some kind of a potential there. I mean, probably measurable, not by me, but somebody. And the cat seems to like it, so what the fuck. Electric Universe, yes, I'm following along those guys in the Thunderblog, the Thunderbolts thing there. I'm listening to all the exopolitics, and I want to do some Danish exopolitics for Danes. Fruity Damen, Fruity Domen Damen, wasn't that what you said? Anyway, suffer no longer, Julius.
Watergate, and the key burglar, James McCord, was also part of the secret Air Force unit.
Anyway, I was thinking about getting, yeah, right, like these guys, the exopolitics shit, they're about, I mean, people are interested in historics and archiving and all that, to go diving through all of that shit, get all the young journalist wannabes and the historian wannabes, you know, the guys come out of the big school with an education that they don't know what to fucking use for anything, will then start, you know, using their imaginations, and let's try and see if we can't collect some of these guys and do some kind of a project in the form of radio or blogging or home pages or anyway. But the thing is, getting the goddamn idea out there to wake up and have a look around, you know. I love this scenario. I mean, to say now I have finally drunk myself, smoked myself into an early fucking case of apoplexy or whatever the flying fuck you want to call it. Been a busker all my life. You know, I'm the same guy I've always been. A seeker, a searcher, a fool, a player, a singer of songs and a teller of tales, an owner of cats. Oh, Jesus. A thinker of thoughts, a spiller of beans. A seducer of youth when well in their teens. An owner of cats, a thrower of spats. A doer, a thinker, a prover. There's the thinker and the prover. Oh yeah, who was that? That was that Anton Wilson again. Jesus, I love that guy. I believe he's dead nowadays. He's on his downtime. But yeah, you know, when I was a young man, I used to travel and I'd read paperbacks on the train. And we'd sleep a little here. Sometimes we'd have a sleeper sort of thing. And, well, anyway, we got around. But always with the paperbacks. And acquired an enormous collection of paperback books. I mean, because what else are you going to do when you're sitting on a train? And yeah, picking a little guitar and stuff like that, and trying to pick up some new songs maybe, you know, and hey, traveling around being young and rich and independent. That was wonderful. Guitar was my gun. Anyway, I'm listening to the Dark Journalist, and I think he's a great guy, and I like to listen to a lot of guys, and I listen to Alex Jones, and I listen to fucking Russia Today, and oh yeah, they threw me on Rupley when we were out there pissing it up at the Bilderberg. I believe it's going to be in Austria this year, some way out there in the woods. Probably up over in a couple of months here. It's April today, so look around the end, just like the last time, you know. End of May, beginning of June, somewhere around there, somewhere in the world. Hey, they got all the money. Fuck it. Anyway, like I'm saying, I like to listen to the Dark Journalist, and yeah, and I was listening to this Danish guy, Creatrix 13, Creatrix 13, and he's talking about Uranus and Pluto. I'm sure some people will take the pun, but apart from that, all that, you know, astrology aside, I like to deal with such topics. I've read all of Crowley's books, and you know, that's the only thing I can really refer to as a historian. I'm not a Crowleyanite, but yeah, you know, I'm a libertarian or whatever, you know. You fucking decide.
Can you give just a quick description of what the Cigar Club was?
Who call us Thelemites will not go far wrong, but following soon after that, they'll be calling them Crowleyanity and I don't know. I'm not a fucking Crowleyanite. I think Crowley was an asshole. You know, he was a guy like just you and me or whatever, but you know, poetic idiot, fucking thought himself to be a magician, but he was just on the same journey as all the rest of us. And, I like to refer a lot to, like, okay, my literary influences, apart from Crowley, include, like, Robert Anton Wilson and Timothy Leary. I'm acquainted with their writings and shit like that. And oh, and a wealth of others, like, you know, I love the English language. Anthony Burgess, Clockwork Orange, you know, I mean, he wrote that shit and a whole lot of other things. Who wrote Rosemary's Baby? Wrote another book too. That's a good one. I'll be talking a little bit about that later on. I don't know. Anyway, as for literary references, what with all this copyright issues and bullshit like that, like, you know, I mean, what I'm saying is I am basically a transistor. I'm picking up the signals, and I'm diligently and not enhancing, what do you call it, amplifying and sending them on out there in the noosphere as the human neurosphere grows through all this media crap and the way ideas travel. So anyway, Critics 13, it was a pleasure listening to you. You know, I mean, it's I got a kick out of your accent and your Danish attuned. No, you're a Dane, man. So am I. Hey, I can't fucking run away from it. Oh yeah, I can say, oh yes, but I am simply a spirit on the planet Earth. Yeah, and that is true, you know, of course it is. But the thing is, I cannot help but feeling a certain ancestral, if not propriety, but pride anyway, and maybe pride is, you know. But yes, this is, this is where my tree groweth, man. I'm from around here. I throw a bun at a fucking million relatives out there, like, you know, we're all leaves on this Ask Utrecht. Ask Utrecht. So if you want to ask anybody, ask Utrecht. Well, anyway, I got a shitload of friends and a crap load of talk about, and you know, I'm into this bluegrass thing, and I'm surrounded by an unbelievable collection of people, you know, collection of freaks. Yeah, see, that was another, that was a quote, actually. That's a Crowleyan, typically Crowleyan remark, you know. Another jewel in my collection of freaks. But you'll find I do that a lot. I mean, to say, not because I was into him or into any cult or shit like that. I just enjoyed his language, and I found him a little bit of entertaining. And if you want to know where I got it from, well, then look at the goddamn Beatles album, you know. Look at the Sgt. Pepper album up there on the left. You'll find the idiot staring back at you. What a mish. Now, where's my beer? Okay. Anyway, right. I'm gonna cut her out now, okay? Once again, the nightly nightmare for, what was it, April 15th? Bye now. Oh yeah, check out this painting the Russian turned up with. Naked bitch. But what was the name of the author of this? Nils Störbeck. New Carlsberg Club. Anyway, he found it at the dump and happily came running over with it, so I've had it ever since. Well, since last week. Bye now.